Hi and welcome to my December review. We have a challenging month because there's lots of squares and oppositions this month, which makes for challenges which are good because they help us to grow and to progress. Now we start this December with an opposition between Venus and Mars. Now Venus also makes a positive aspect to Saturn. So if you look at the picture now, we have Venus in the fourth house, the home area in your chart, opposing Mars is in that career area. But Mars is retrograde. If you remember, it went retrograde last month. So Venus, with her aspect to Saturn, is in that sixth house of everyday work and routines, can help you and show you the responsibilities and duties you have to that retrograde Mars in the 10th house. So this will allow you to look at the status of your career and your status in public and see where you can make improvements and see where you can put in your best work and be seen and noticed by those in authority. Another opposition on the 2nd, this is a powerful one between Pluto and the Black Moon Lilith. Now Pluto is the god of the underworld and is in the 5th house of love and relationships, and the Black Moon is in the 11th house of friends and groups and those interactions. Now the 5th and 11th house also brings up the issues of freedom and closeness, so this could be part of the opposition here. So testing time in long-term relationships, but it depends on how strong a relationship it is. If it's a good relationship, this aspect can harmonise and heighten the love that's shared. But if it's not, if the relationship is a little bit unsteady, then this will bring challenges that will need to be overcome. Also on the 3rd we have an aspect between the Sun and Chiron. Now the Sun being in the 4th house, this is about the past, so past hurts can be healed with this aspect, and it's also a good time to showcase any talents or abilities you have. On the 4th there's a square from Venus to Neptune. It's a day filled with romance and fantasies. But then Neptune goes direct on the 5th, and this will bring you benefits as well, because Neptune in that 7th house, if you've been working on the relationships and bringing spirituality in and using your higher values, then this can surely bring you rewards at this time. Then on the 8th we have our full moon. The full moon is in Gemini. So this is a moon of change. This is a moon where you can start to look at things in a different light. And this is happening in your 10th house, the house of career and destiny. So this is a moment when over the next couple of weeks you might be pushed into the limelight and have to perform all of a sudden. Or it could be a time that there's an advancement in your career or along your path. Also with this full moon, it's time to set intentions. Gemini is about the mind and thinking, so use the mind to think up your intentions, because action follows thought. On the 9th there's an agreeable aspect between Venus and Jupiter. Jupiter's in that 7th house, so you want to spend this day being with others, socialising, having fun, and make it a joyous day. Then on the 12th we have a good day for work, because the Sun makes a positive aspect to Saturn, is in your 6th house of work. So this is a great day to look for work or look for new opportunities and get things organised and get things running smoothly within your routines. Then on the 14th, it's probably the most difficult of aspects. This is a square to Neptune from the Sun. Now this is a day when you might lose your vitality slightly, you might feel a bit under the weather, you may even pick up a slight illness or something. But it's a day when you probably won't be able to concentrate. So it's not a day to go into things too heavily. It's a light-hearted day, and perhaps doing some spiritual pursuits would be a great alternative. Interesting configuration on the 15th, because we have Mercury, your ruler, making an aspect to Chiron, but also an aspect to the moon's nodes. And the south node is conjunct Cupido. Now this could be interesting because the south is our past, so this could mean a lover or someone who you were close to in the past gets in contact, or you bump into them, and this will trigger things off. The past is The South Node is about drawing you back to the past, to familiar territory, and that's where you feel most comfortable. But the North Node is the node you need to follow. This will pull you away. This will take you into new areas and uncharted waters, so to speak, so that you'll be following your destiny. Well, remember, the South Node, or the past, has got nothing new to teach you. Then on the 17th we have an aspect between Mars and Chiron. This will allow for healing, this will allow for overcoming obstacles, especially in your career area where Mars is at the moment. But also, if you can overcome these obstacles, you could then follow your passions. On the 19th, Venus makes the same configuration as Mercury did. This time it could be your past love life that brings you pain or stress, and also it could be that there is floods of feelings that come back and haunt you. But there's a chance to overcome this and pull away, because on the 21st, not only is it the winter solstice, but it's also an aspect between the Sun and Jupiter. And this is a very powerful aspect. This will help you pull away. Jupiter is about expanding and growth. So this is a time when you can move away from the past and look to the future and new and exciting things. On the 22nd, the Sun moves into Capricorn, your fellow Earth sign, and joins Mercury and Venus already there, and Pluto. So with the Moon being in there as well, because there's a new Moon on the 23rd, there's a stellium in Capricorn. This is going to benefit you tremendously because it's a fellow Earth sign, and one or some of these planets will make aspects to your Sun over the coming weeks. Now, the new Moon in Capricorn is about ambition. It's about determination. It's about using your practical side in a creative manner, because it's in the 5th house. So this can all combine to really give you a boost over the next couple of weeks. Also, the 5th house is about socialising. It's about enjoying yourself, having fun and being creative. So embrace these as well. Also on the 23rd we have Chiron, the healing planet, moving forward in direct motion in your 8th house. This could bring an element of control back in your life. Maybe over the last few months you've been feeling that things have been drifting away and you haven't had control. Now you should be able to gain control. And also your intuition and your psychological thinking will become more clear, and you'll be able to see patterns and see into things. Then between 24th and 28th we have two aspects to Neptune, one from Venus, one from Mercury. So this will bring romance, bring thoughts and fantasies into your life, because we have Neptune in that 7th house of relationships. So this will give a boost to your relationships. 29th, the ruler Mercury goes retrograde. But for you, it's in the 5th house, so it's not going to be as difficult as some other houses. Mercury in the 5th is about exploring your creativity. It's time to take a detour off the main road and go the scenic route and see what comes up, and just accept what comes and don't fight anything, and you may be surprised at how creative you become. Then on the final day of the month we have a conjunction of Venus and Pluto. Now this is intense desire, intense passion, and Pluto's in your 5th house of love affairs. So this could be a time when you strike up a new relationship or affair, or certainly it's a time when you can deepen an existing relationship and bring a little bit more excitement into it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the December review. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you tune in for next month we're going to have a yearly review.